Hello everyone, Akamatsu today. Today we're going to be doing a little bit more of a scripted video talking about permadeath and rogue lineage and if it makes the game good. I initially thought of this idea when I was thinking, why do people think rogue lineage is a good game? Now it could be due to the combat, maybe the mechanics, or maybe the uniqueness of it being a permadeath game on Roblox and one of the only ones to do so. But today we're going to be asking, does permadeath make rogue lineage a good game? To begin, I imagine there are most likely a lot of people that are initially turned off by the permadeath idea in Rogue, thinking that the hours of hard work you put into a character would be tough to imagine at first when you think of it wiping. However, this also fits well into Rogue Lineage's theme, that being an unforgiving world that is incredibly difficult with little to no hand-holding. The notion that you want to try and get better, all the while you constantly have a chance of losing all your progression, is what got a lot of people addicted to the game at first, trying to gather more knowledge and skill in order to get better at the game. What makes it so unique is not only the fact that you can lose your character permanently, but the fact that other players can cause it. It is one of the most complained things about I hear in Rogue, about Gaia dwellers. Most players could say that when they first started playing, they were afraid of dying. They did not want to lose that progression they had. This was also amplified if you actually managed to get a super or ultra class for the first time. This begs the question, would people still be as engaged if there are no permadeath? And the answer is honestly no. Without that constant fear of wiping, why would you need to feel pressured at all? When I see an ultra coming at me while I'm progressing and they begin to attack me, there would be no need to start sweating. If anything, it would just be more annoying if there was no permadeath. In my personal opinion, permadeath can make or break a game. Rogue Lineage knows how to keep that perfect balance of permadeath in a way. You may be asking, what do you mean by balance? Well, not only do you have 3 lives, but you also have a Phoenix down, which gives you 1 life. So this doesn't make it a constant threat of wiping, but more like a chance. They aren't that rare either, and if given enough time, you could always have one at hand. At this point, we know that if done well, permadeath in a game can make the game's playability reach new heights. But my question now is, does Rogue Lineage have an unbalanced form of permadeath? Think about this. A lot of players are still considered bad at the game. They struggle to get ultra classes, never have gotten artifacts before, or just don't really know how to gank well. These are the guys who struggle to get a Phoenix down, which gives you a life. Now, when you think about the players who have over 100 days on a single character, do you think that most of these guys are really that concerned about wiping as the guys who can't find Phoenix downs at all? Of course, the possibility is always there, but they're also so easily farmable at that point that it isn't really a big of a deal to them. So is Rogue Lineage really a permadeath game to them? Well, I went ahead and asked some of them. The first question is, have you ever felt that a character you've had, which has 100 days or an artifact, was ever going to wipe? Like, were you afraid that it was going to wipe?
Not that much. I mostly didn't really gank when I had 2 lives or less. And I was a blacksmith, so I just grind silver and buy a PD off people. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I have a fastest which is the 105G and an Lineage on it, and I don't want to wipe it, but I usually find PD, so it never wipes.
As you can see, some players of this status don't really have that concern that the character they are playing on is going to wipe. Of course, some still do, but that's natural because, again, you see the number 1 life, you get a little freaked out. Most would say that they deserve this, that they have played the game for a while and they shouldn't need to worry about wiping. Yet again though, I have to ask, would you gank a lot less if there were no Phoenix downs?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you have
I feel like most people
ultra,
wouldn't
that's
have
too
the
good.
I mean, probably not as much, and it'd be scary to gank with like 1 life.
So to end off this video, I think that if more games, especially on Roblox, adopted Rogue's permadeath style of gameplay, it could definitely spice up the gameplay. Imagine you're playing some anime grind game and you learn that there are 3 lives and you could very easily wipe from other players. It would make the fights a lot more intense and memorable, and maybe even make some of those games last longer in the end. Permadeath is probably one of my most favorite mechanics in Rogue, and I hope to see it more. Anyway guys, this was Agamatsu just making a quick little video essay about permadeath and why I love it so much, because I personally love the intense fights and the sweating, I guess you could say. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.